have to do all the behind the scenes, like back door. I didn't really want to say it that way, but the back door kind of stuff. And this isn't going to be my normal fun stream. Hi, I'm Audra. Welcome back. This is my channel where I do whatever I want because um, this is a hobby and not a job for me. So, ooh, Natalie, it was actually very good. I saw that. Well, I say saw. A lot of times when I say saw, I listen to because I'm at work. I've been sick. So hi Lauren, hi Janet, hi Heather, hi Talon, hi Nikki, and hi El Boogie. What's up? How are y'all? So first and foremost, please take care of your mental health. Is there a box back there? There probably is. Like I have boxes everywhere right now. There's a lot going on. I'm making a lot of messes. I'm making a lot of messes. I'm trying to do a lot of cleaning. It's not working out. This has had my stomach in knots. I've been like delaying doing this stream because it was like really like good talking about this particular subject. So again, please protect your mental health. Please protect your peace. I will not be crying on stream. So if that's what you came for, you will not be getting that. But with regards to the Tana Mongeau situation, in which she has been discussing Cody Co allegedly assaulting her, I'm being careful about the language because it's YouTube. I'm like, I will whisper things, like whisper them or half say them so that I hopefully don't have YouTube tell me that this video can't be up. So on my feed, and I'm not saying nobody's talking about it because that's one of my greatest irritants of all time on YouTube is when people say like nobody's talking about it because somebody always is. We just everybody's feeds are different. YouTube is wide and vast. So on my feed, I haven't seen a lot of women talking about this particular issue, women or femmes. And I suspect there's a couple of reasons. One, a lot of them have time and resources to create magnum opus videos that are 3 hours long explaining the entire situation with fantastic elements and all of that stuff. And I don't have that kind of time. I just don't. But the other is that I suspect that it's probably opening up wounds that they are not prepared to have opened at this time. So with some participation from the chat before I get started, I'm going to tell a few stories. And if something similar has happened to you, I would like for you to put like the raise your hand emoji in the chat. If you're watching this back on live, throw that up in the comments so we can just really show what's happening. So I feel like the first time I experienced unwanted male attention, a grown man tried to hold me down and kiss me. He had asked me if I'd ever been kissed. I said no. And then he tried to hold me down and forcibly kiss me. And I did not want that. I fought tooth and nail because I did not want my first kiss to be that. Only to have this next story happen. I get to college and, I'm doing the drinking, partying, fun thing. And for some reason, this guy is like, there's a few guys, I guess, trailing with us back to our dorm. I have to pee. He blocks the door so that I'm in the bathroom, but I can't close the door unless I kiss him. I chose to kiss. So my first kiss was a kiss I didn't want, regardless of what I did, which wasn't fun at all. Not a great time. My ex-husband, even after I had instituted the no relations while drinking rule, I had to fight off because he was inebriated and wanted to do it, and I did not, and kept trying to remind him that we weren't doing that. So I had to fight off my own loved one who's supposed to love me back. So if any of those things similar, one more. One of the reasons I cut a very specific part of my route out was because a man hit on me, and I was also not interested. I did not want to give him my number, but I was also alone on the street. So I was like, let's try not to get unalived. So I gave him my number and hoped that he would just like disappear. And it was easier to just get that part of my route cut off so I don't have to see him again. So if any of these stories resonate with you, I'm seeing some hands in the chat. It's making me a little bit sad, but also solidarity to all the women and femmes. Trans women are women and always will be. And even if your exterior doesn't match how you feel on your interior right now, babes, you're still a woman. Don't let anybody take that from you. I'm getting like, ooh, listen, little shivers. That's why this is the mug of the stream. So I told those stories and I'm talking about them and I'm seeing this feedback here and getting this feedback from y'all because this story isn't about what a piece of crap Cody Co is, because there's a million Cody Co's. And just based on this chat, we've encountered him, and there will be one after him. There will be another one after him. There will be, for every Cody Co, there's someone who stands behind him and doesn't agree with the behavior, but doesn't say anything. There are other people who stand behind him and they agree with the behavior, another man. There are women who stand behind him, and because it's not happening to them, they do not care. This isn't the problem. Like, it's not just them, it's the culture around it, right? It's the amount that we work to try to make women and femmes feel like they can't come forward. And what really, really irks me about this is the constant of, why are you telling this story now? First of all, she's been telling this same story for literal years. Like, Tana's been telling this story for years, with very few people saying or doing anything about it. And it reminds all of us, because of all the hands in the chat, put like a stop emoji or emote if you didn't report them. If you reported none of the incidents that took place, if you reported none of these things happening to you, why would we? Look what happens when you do. Like, literally, look what happens when you do. The time being spent trying to be like, oh, well, Tana lies. And I still will argue that they are embellishments for comedic effect, not about being essayed. Like, that's not it. Oh my God. I said I wasn't going to cry on stream, but I feel like I feel very emotional seeing like all of us in solidarity. It's like doing so I'm going to try to keep it together because I'm not going to make this stream very long, but this is what we encounter. We can't report because if we report, we know what's going to happen. I didn't report the time a friend was supposed to help me move, a male friend, and I am way drunk at this point, and he was helping me move. I am throwing up. He tried to grab my breast. I did this because he has a girlfriend, and with my head in the toilet, mind you, I'm like, you have a girlfriend. And then he just did not care and had his way with me anyway. So like, I did not report that. What am I going to do? When we are completely sober, they do not care. When we're drunk, we do not care. When we are perfect, they do not care. There's no such thing as this perfect magical victim where we just meet all of the criteria. Being drunk is not an excuse for someone to do that to you. The way that men won't look at themselves, and the reason so many of them were upset about coercion, is because if they had to really look back at a large amount of their encounters, they would have to realize that a lot of them were because we have two options as women and femmes: to just be like, okay, or to worry about violence. Like, if you ask once and we're like, no, I'm not really in the mood, and then you ask again, we begin to realize we are in a place that is not comfortable. And we have to start like thinking about our health. I think a lot of, and I've seen it, we live in a culture where there are men who literally think that this doesn't negatively impact our lives, that because everything isn't destroyed outwardly, that we're fine. And I spend my entire life now, like, I'm always jumpy. If you're jumpy too, let me know. Like, I'm always, all the time. I spend my life in a constant state of like fear because of the multiple times that this has happened. And seeing the hands in the chat and the stops in the chat, I know it's happened to y'all. And I know that if you're a man and you're watching this and you're like, well, I've asked my romantic partner and they told me what happened. They only told you one of them and they didn't even tell you the worst. So this is what we go through. I will not hold any water for people trying to justify anything that happened to Tana. I won't hold space for that. If you're going to come here and be like, well, she was racist, don't care, don't deserve SA. I'm sorry if that upsets you, but like, I don't care. Well, she looks overly sexy, don't care, doesn't deserve SA. I don't care. Well, she's annoying, don't care, doesn't deserve that. Just there's literally no space where anyone deserves that. And it's easy for men to talk about because it's not that these SA doesn't happen to them. It's just not happening on the scale that it happens to women and femmes. Every day we are having to deal with this. Every interaction we have, we are having to consider whether or not we're safe in this interaction. We're having to look around and see if we're okay. If it is true that Gabby Hanna was in fact speaking about Cody Co, and when she was discussing this, like, he knew going in and he did it anyway. So he's never going to care. And like Hannah Needs to Yell had said, he has the privilege of silence. He can just be quiet and he'll pop back up, and his fans and everybody who doesn't care that he's done this because they found excuses and reasons as to why it's okay. Because, you know, I'm a big believer in media and how it affects our lives. We see movies like Sleeping with the Enemy with Julia Roberts, and like, she is the perfect victim, right? Perfect. And even when they show it on TV shows where a woman says no, but it happens anyway, the difference is we actually saw everything leading up to it. And so we can still agree she didn't deserve that. But in real life, you don't get that. And yeah, no one deserves that. She was 17 years old in a state where that is not the age of consent. And I just think that we need to move past how someone looks, what they do, and how they speak. That has to end. That entire culture of you look this way, you did these things, you were wild, you did this, you got breast enhancements, you did this, you look this way, so you should. Absolutely not. This happens to us whether we're beautiful, whether we're not traditionally beautiful, whether we are thin, whether we are fat. It happens to us whether we are fully clothed head to toe or not. It happens to us whether or not we're young or illegal or old. It doesn't matter. because the point is always power. It's not about attraction. So I say all of that. I don't have a good, nice way to end it. But if you're a man watching this and you have a partner that you love, that is a woman or a femme, brave asking the question and brave having the answer. And if you can't stomach the answer, I don't suggest you ask. So yeah, or 80 or disabled. Yeah, the street harassment starts at about 8 or 10. Like we live in a state of constant fear, which is why every single time we are asked what would we do if men weren't around, the way the all women and femmes are like, I would just be naked. I would wear all the slutty clothes that I've always wanted to wear because they're beautiful without having to worry and stress about what could happen. Like, men being visual is just made up. I'm so sorry. Everybody likes visual attraction, but like, I'm not using that to harass you. I'm not using that to destroy your person. So that's really all I have to say about that. And that's what I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to say about the situation, because I am still healing, but I am at a point of healing where I can actually verbalize these things. But y'all did get me a little bit because I didn't realize. I knew it. I knew it, but also it's just different when you see it. When you physically see with your own two eyes that other people have experienced these things. We've all met Cody Co. None of us are surprised by this. The fact that you men are is what really just blows my mind. And that's it. That's all. Hopefully next time when I come back, it'll be with some joy, some dumb things. Maybe I'll dive into that really weird chicken. Is it Chicken Nuggies? Is that the name of the song? What is the name of that man? Maybe I'll dive into something very frilly and weird like that, so we can laugh, we can kiki, and we cannot be depressed. But as per usual, as is my usual sign off, until I see you again, which I'm never sure of when that will be because I have a job. So until next time, I am so pretty and so are you. And remember that you are not alone. Bye.